Hello everybody, so I had one heck of a day today. You are not going to believe the kind of day I had today. So after I videotaped the video when we're like on the bridge and everything, and I was like, oh, videotape some more, blah blah blah. Well, I didn't get to videotape more because I ended up getting lost when we got to the airport, and my phone was not letting me do anything at the airport. And then it started dying. So finally we find my niece at the airport, and we're heading back home, right? And some guy tells us, your tire's low. So we pull over, and we're like by Oakland. So we take the exit into Oakland. I forget what exit it was, but we end up going to like a little Shell gas station to put air in and whatnot. Then we're leaving. We're almost to Tracy. We're like in Livermore, and I think it's Livermore and Tracy, like that in between line. And then I tell my mom that I smell something weird, right? And she's like, oh, it's the other cars, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I think I smell like a radiation fluid or something. I smell something and it doesn't smell right, and the smell's familiar from when I messed up my husband's car. And she's like, no, it's somebody else up ahead, and I smelled it for like another 2 more miles. So a total of like 5 miles I'm smelling this. All of a sudden I see smoke coming in from the bottom of the car into like my lap area. And I'm like, you need to pull over, the freaking car is smoking, and I don't know, we're going to blow up. And my mom was like, oh my god, it is our car, you know. And so we pull over. And like I said, we end up in between Livermore and Tracy, like the like line or whatever between Livermore and Tracy or whatever. And we stayed stranded for 3 hours. My phone's dead. My niece's phone's dead. My mom's phone is hanging on one freaking bar. So we're all trying to hurry up and make calls for safety. Like, okay, what the heck are we going to do? Because there was no trees. There was no shade. There was no nearby stores, no nothing. We were stranded. Cars would not stop. We're like waving our hands, and like my mom only has one kidney, so I was like, even if I just get a bottle of water from somebody so my mom can keep hydrated, because she has one kidney and she perspires a lot because of her one kidney. I guess it overworks or whatever. I don't know, however that goes, but she has to stay hydrated basically. Nobody freaking stopped for like 3 hours, and finally, hold on, let me rewind. My mom calls 911, and she says, this is not an emergency, but my car broke down, and I need sheriff, or blah, blah, blah. We need help, basically. And okay, so that was an hour, right? 1 hour passes, and she calls again, like an hour, after the first time or so. She's like, okay, I called a little while ago. It's not an emergency, but we need help. We're stranded. Okay, yeah, they already know, and they're busy, but they're en route. And she was like, okay. So like another 45 minutes passes. My mom calls again. She was like, you know what? I called you guys like 2 hours ago, 2 times already, and this was not an emergency. She goes, but it's becoming an emergency. I have one kidney, and I need water, even if, you know what I mean. I gotta walk. She was like, she can't walk too far because, if she perspires a lot, she can pass out because of her one kidney and overworking it and all that stuff. So they're like, you know what, man, you cannot be calling this phone, or this, you can't be calling 911, they told us. And she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Nobody's coming, nobody's helping us, and nobody's pulling over. I need water, and a bunch of stuff. And I told my mom, lie to them, tell them my niece is pregnant. She's like, I'm not saying that. And I'm like, all right, well, so say you're pregnant. I was like, I'm not going to say I'm pregnant. So anyways, finally, my husband, I had called him, when we had broke down, like maybe 20 minutes into the the fact that when we broke down, and he was like, alright, let me figure something out. So him and my in-laws, oh my God, God bless them, because they ended up renting a tow dolly, and they went and picked us up. And right before we went to what is it called? The Tracy. It was kind of like by the Tracy Mall. I guess they work for the state or whatever, and they picked us up, and it was like a tow truck and some other guy, and he had water, thank God. So he gave us water, and then he drove us to, right there by the Tracy Mall to meet my husband and my father-in-law and stuff. And oh my God, it was such a long day. And mind you, I've been up since 5 a.m. and I didn't go to sleep until like, I don't know what time it's on, like 12 or 1? 11. 11? Oh wow. No, like 11. Oh, 12? It was like 12. Okay, midnight or something like that. And I got up at 5 a.m. So I was on 5 hours of sleep, and like, or so, give or take. And I'm like, dude, really right now? I'm so exhausted. And then I just did my niece's nails because she just came down from Virginia. And oh my God, I'm exhausted. You guys don't even know. This day has been almost a nightmare. And the whole time my mom's freaking out, and I'm trying to keep my composure and stay positive as possible. My arms are burnt. Well, my right arm is burnt. And like I can feel it, like when you bend your arm or wherever you're burnt and if you touch it or whatever. Yeah, sweetie. And it's burned, like it hurts really bad. And so, you want to come sit up here with Mommy? You ripped your bow out, sweetie? You ripped it out, Mama? Why'd you do that? Hi, sweetie. You ripped your bow out. Where's your bow? Oh, her bow's gone, son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look, she ripped it off. Little Missy, this cost me $4. So, anywho, that's my day, and I don't know, I just want to vent, rant, whatever you want to call it, because I just could not believe that happened to me today, or to us, should I say. And then, like, my mom's like, oh, don't you want to scream? And I'm like, no, I don't. And she was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just trying to not lose my mind here because